And we are live. Thank you, everyone. Welcome to the Rebel Roundtable on Friday morning. And you all are in for a treat because we're going to be totally nerdy this morning and very rebellious. I am super excited to have Brita Long here. And Brita, I'm a longtime follower of Brita's. She has been practicing. She's a former attorney, practiced for 20 years. She wrote The Happier Attorney, which is like one of the Bibles when it comes to flat fee billing. And as you all know, my loving relationship with flat fee billing. So I'm super excited that she's here. So Britta, thank you for joining this morning on the Rebel Roundtable.
Thanks for having me.
So let's just jump in because I want to hear a little bit more about your background and let everybody know kind of if they haven't heard of you, which I can't imagine there's anybody who hasn't heard of you. But give us a little bit of background, what you did and what brought you here now, what you're doing with your consulting
Okay, so
coaching.
very shortly, I've been practicing since '97. I had my own practice since 2000.
Mhm.
Did what everybody else did. Started out with hourly. Thought I was behind. Thought everybody else was successful,
Yeah.
miserable. All of the things. Um, Got really frustrated. Started using flat fees. I read a book by Mark Chin, who
Yep.
is my mentor. One of the greatest guys in the world.
Mhm.
Um, and like that day, implemented, got my first client for $10,000, which at the time it might as well have been a million.
Right.
Never looked back, tweaked his method, and went on with my life.
Mhm.
And I was in the Pacific Northwest area. Then a series of events, I wouldn't say happened, I created,
Mhm.
taking full responsibility. And I blew my life up pretty good.
Okay.
Um, Kind of hit rock bottom, moved to Texas. My father passed away,
All the
house
things like
deal,
big,
all
huge
of the things
changes. Yeah.
where I really had to take stock in what I was doing. Like
Hmm.
either I changed fundamentally how I'm doing because Breed Way ain't working.
Hmm.
That's clear. Pushing through, trying to figure it out, trying to do it my way, reading the books, all of that is not working, clearly.
Hmm.
And so I took a break. I had moved down to Texas. I dabbled in practicing, but I hadn't really like upped it. And so I took a break and I started writing books. And I was around some really amazing creative people and they were teaching.
Hmm.
And I'm like, well, what do I know? I don't know anything. I'm just an attorney. I'm just an attorney. I
I'm
don't
just a
know
lawyer.
anything. And I'm like, I know flat fees.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
other attorneys aren't doing them. And it would actually be really easy to teach them because there's nothing to it.
Hmm.
And I was still in the same mindset of, well, nobody's going to buy that. Nobody's going to pay me. Everybody's going to make fun of me. I'm going to get run out of town. They're going to
Yep.
throw rotten fruit at me.
Yeah.
All of the things, which did happen. I mean, not the rotten, not, I mean, I
Not
got
literally rotten fruit, but
not
yes.
literally rotten fruit, but there were some ugly people.
Yeah. Yes.
Um,
There are.
But I did it, and the first day I had my Facebook group, I had 100 attorneys in it.
Yeah.
And I remember I literally just sat on the floor and cried
Hmm.
because I was like, this is a thing. This could be
Hmm.
a thing. And so I started the Happier Attorney. I wrote the book, and I started coaching other attorneys on how to use flat fees.
Yep.
And two things happened. First of all, they started getting phenomenal success.
Yep.
I mean, like, I'm like, holy crap, you did what? You charged what? Oh my God. Like they were taking the ball and they were just running, running, running. And the second thing that happened was that I had been on my own personal development quest
Uh-huh.
for about a year, 2 years into this, where I had devoted a lot of financial resources, a lot of my time. It was absolutely my number one priority in life because I
Hmm.
was like, I got nowhere else to go.
Yep.
And so I started seeing in my clients things that where I was years before.
Hmm.
And I started to see, oh my gosh, flat fees have nothing to do with flat fees.
No,
This is
it's,
personal development.
yep,
This is so beyond even mindset. Yeah, mindset's a part of it, but that's still very surface level.
yep.
And so, yeah, I would teach him the things and the formula and the how-tos, and everybody wants the fee agreement, the fee agreement, the fee agreement. Forget the fee agreement, people.
Yes, it's not important
Okay.
at all.
Like
Not
it,
the
I
point
mean,
of
it's
this.
important, but like, come on,
Yes,
you cannot learn flat fees by just looking at somebody else's fee agreement. I'll tell you
yes,
that. Good luck. You're going to get
yep.
yourself in trouble. But anyway, so I started with permission, going deeper and deeper
Hmm.
and deeper with my clients. And then I was like, okay, I need to know what I'm doing here because I'm getting into some deep
Right.
shit here.
Well, and to
So,
back up, you have a psychology degree, right?
right,
Okay.
which isn't going to take you far. And in fact, can take you in the wrong direction, quite
Right.
frankly. But
Okay.
so I had done so much of my own personal development coaching
Hmm.
and had really started healing and shifting and recognizing things and starting to listen to my instinct and going, holy crap, my instinct is never wrong,
Yep. Yep.
ever. And the more that, and then I worked with my own coach who had a coaching program and learned how to coach.
Yep.
And I took internal family systems
Hmm.
therapy training from Richard Schwartz, who is the guy. I
Yep.
took extensive training with Dr. Bessel van der Kolk, who wrote The Body Keeps the Score.
Hmm.
A god. He's like, I mean, I
It's
took a
amazing.
picture of class on Zoom
Uh,
because I was like, oh my God, he's right
Look where I
there.
am.
He's
Yes.
right there. And read, I mean, oh my gosh, just book after book after book
Yep.
after book after a huge fan of Gabor Mate, and doing my own work just has changed everything. And early on, I was like, I have to do this.
Hmm.
I have to do this. And again, the same old like, oh, attorneys don't like this.
Yeah.
Except my clients did. My clients like changed their lives,
Hmm.
healed. Not, I shouldn't say healed like it's done, but that one
Right.
puzzle piece,
But they turned
that
the
puzzle piece
corner.
would get
Yeah.
healed, and that puzzle piece would get
Yep.
healed, and that
Yep.
puzzle piece would change. And the people who are open to it, and you have to be open to it.
Right.
You have to
And there are
be,
more people that are closed to it than are open to it from what I'm seeing out
there's
there. So,
not,
yeah.
it's the minority who are
Yep.
ready,
Yep.
okay?
Exactly.
Because it's no joke. It's not it's half as bad as people think it's going to be. Um, but it's no joke, and you're going to feel things that you don't want to feel for a
Hmm.
split second. And then you're like, oh my gosh, I've been carrying this around for decades, and it was only that to get rid of it. Oh, okay. So as I got more confident and as I got more results for people, I mean, just phenomenal. And when you can literally see the shift in people
Yep.
before your eyes, when you can literally see
Hmm.
them having that realization and then being able to backtrack it,
Yep.
oh my gosh. I've never done drugs. That's not true. I've done MDMA and therapy, which is pretty freaking amazing.
Right.
It's better than that.
Hmm.
It's better than that. So that is what I am doing now, full time, 100%, no looking back. It's what I'm here to do.
So I love that because what I found, because I do a lot of working on like flat fee and subscription models and all kinds of alternative billing models. And the mindset piece is like the very beginning, like I have to get them to rewire their minds almost and how they think about it. But you've taken it a step further now. And the people, even if you change your mindset, you still need to become unstuck. And that's why I titled this, why smart people stay stuck, because they look successful on paper, but it's that internal struggle that they can't voice, they can't
Right.
figure out what it looks like. And
They
so
don't
what
even
does
know
that
it's
actually
there.
look like? Yeah. So what does that look like for people is if they
Well, it
identify
depends on the
themselves as,
person.
yeah,
But
yeah.
here's the My work is about getting right with yourself.
Yep.
And when you get right with yourself, again, this is never done, okay?
Hmm. Hmm.
You're never going to be done with it, but you can get over big ass humps. But
Yeah.
when you start getting right with yourself, everything else improves.
Hmm.
Everything in your life gets better and easier. And so, what my work is complicated, but there's a couple pieces to it that are for everybody, especially attorneys. Number
Hmm.
one, we think that the problem is an intellectual problem, and it is not.
Hmm.
It is absolutely, unequivocally, under penalty of perjury. I will bet every penny I will ever have in my life. The issues that you think you have are not intellectual. You can
Right.
read all the books, you can go to all the tips and tricks and seminars you want. It
All
is
the
an
hacks.
emotional
Yeah.
issue.
Yep. Yep.
You cannot, it is impossible to solve an emotional issue with an intellectual solution, period.
And lawyers don't want to hear that
And they don't
because
want to hear
our
that
we want to
because we're
hear that it's
very
facts
comfortable in
and
our intellect.
yep,
We are
exactly.
very comfortable. The answer's not there, friend. It's not there. Okay. Keep going. But I promise you, it's not there. We all, the second, and the answer is in our instinct,
Hmm.
but it's also in our issues. We
Yep.
all have issues. There's not an adult alive that doesn't have their issues. And attorneys have more, we have more than our
More
share. Right?
issues, more issues than anyone else has.
You
Yes.
know, we've,
Yeah.
and the more somebody looks great on paper, the more issues they're trying to hide, quite frankly, in
Yep.
my opinion.
Yep. I
We've
agree.
all been hurt. We've all have been embarrassed. Most of us, a lot of us have had traumas. And
Hmm.
those, we can say those don't affect us today. With respect, yes, they are. Yes, they are.
Hmm.
Unless you have done this work, and I'm not talking about therapy, unless you have done this, oh my gosh, work
Hmm.
and clean those out, they are affecting you today. You don't know it, you're not
Yeah.
conscious of it, but they are. And I have example after example after
Yes.
example after example. So let's go back to flat
It's
fees. One of my
yeah.
clients had was a go-getter, like just took it and ran.
Yep.
No problem. She went from a zero consultation fee to 950.
Yep.
Boom. Okay. The second that she would start getting some success, some financial, like, okay, this is going.
Hmm.
My client
Hmm.
load is, my caseload's coming down, my income's coming up. This is awesome, right? What do you think she would do?
Sabotage yourself
Every single time.
every time. Yep.
Every time. Okay.
Yep.
Well, does that make logical sense? No,
Nope.
because it's not a logical issue. It's an emotional issue. So we go, we see what's going on, we clean it up, and then she can go on.
Right. And then she's not sabotaging when she gets to that
Prices.
level again. Yeah.
I have heard, I mean, this is why only an attorney could do this work, quite frankly,
Yeah.
because I have heard the most ridiculous excuses for why I can't charge good money.
Yes. Yep.
Okay.
Same.
And if I was a regular consultant, I'd be like, oh, okay, well, I guess so. Forget it. I've been
I think
practicing
it's
since 97. I was a litigator. And I have told clients, I can go back in litigation mode. I can cross-examine you real
right.
fast if you would like
Yeah.
that experience. Okay. You are full of crap.
Hmm.
It's all fear.
Yep.
It's fear. It's self-esteem. It is feeling unworthy. It is not being able to accept the good. Some of it
Yeah.
is ego. We attorneys are taught, it's just crammed into us
Yeah.
that you're not a good attorney if you're not working 80 hours a week. If
Yep.
you are, if you aren't an alcoholic, are you really are you even an attorney?
Right.
You know, Like the law is a jealous mistress. I never even understood what that meant. I understand what it means now, and I absolutely disagree. It
Right.
doesn't,
I agree. Yeah.
that's your
It,
choice. If you want to, do that, that's your choice. But
yeah.
flat fees is 90% the internal.
Yep.
That is what will make you or break you. And
Mhm.
so
When
that's what
you
I'm doing full
say
time.
when you say like fear too, that I get that because I get bankruptcy attorneys roll their eyes at me constantly because I'm always telling them to charge for consults and well, we can't do that. No one else are. And that fear that just pops up right away. It's like almost automatic. That fear that pops up in there. So talk a little bit about like these repeating patterns. You talked about the one attorney where she would get successful sabotage. How do those patterns show up in lawyers most often?
There's, I don't want to say there's not a most often because,
Everyone's different. Yes.
we're
Yeah.
all
I get it.
individuals. We've all had our
Yeah.
crap, our
Yeah.
different crap. Where
Yep.
I see it so much is, and some of this is from the profession, is guilt overcharging,
Yep.
feeling that if I take money from you, I'm harming you.
Hmm.
A lot of codependency,
Yeah.
a lot of codependency where I feel responsible for your feelings.
Hmm.
And oh my gosh, like I was codependency queen. Where I remember this feeling like if I didn't get my client their kid, that kid's life was going to be ruined. I
Hmm.
was responsible for that.
Yep.
I don't have it. I don't have that at all. I mean,
Right.
if I went back to, well, I gave in, I did it. My son and I opened a practice to get him going
Hmm.
a couple years ago, and we had a client come in, and I did a trial within a week, and it
Yeah.
was I did it, and I did it well. Still had it, and it was a completely different experience.
Hmm.
It was a
Interesting.
completely different experience than what it would have been years ago. And I did a better job because I can read myself now. You can't read other people unless you can read yourself.
Hmm.
So I could read, I mean, it's almost like magic. It
It's
really
your
is.
superpower. Like it's
It's
like
a
Rebel
super,
Esquire. It's a
it's almost
superpower.
scary because I
Yeah.
could read people like a book,
Yeah.
everybody.
Hmm.
And I didn't get, when opposing counsel would try and needle me, it was like, good luck needling me. Good
Hmm.
luck. Good luck needling my client because I had prepped him. Even
Hmm.
in the short time I had prepped him.
Yep.
When I say, I mean, I don't want to be a jerk, but I wiped the freaking floor. I mean, these were
Hmm.
bad facts. This had been going on for 2 years. They had every expert known to man in this case. Bad facts for my client.
Hmm.
I wiped the floor. And I
That's
would say,
awesome.
sure, I would love to say it was because I'm a great attorney, which I think, I'm not practicing anymore. I think I was a good attorney. The difference was my personal development.
Hmm. And
So
the work that you've done. Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, money is a huge issue.
I was just going to bring you there. I was like, relationship with money is something
Oh,
that I talk about a lot as a bankruptcy attorney teaching about finances and how early in your life your money thought patterns are set and you don't realize it. So go down that rabbit hole of your relationship with money.
oh my gosh. Well, there's so much shame involved in it.
Yep. Mhm.
And I've lived that. And I can tell you, in the last 8 years, going behind the curtain of so many attorneys' lives, it's been such an honor. And let me
Mhm.
tell you, there are so many attorneys who have such a bad relationship with money.
Yep.
And that's what it is. You're not stupid. You're not irresponsible. You're not reckless. You're you have a fundamentally bad relationship with money that
Mhm.
can be healed. Money's not bad. Money's not your savior. You're not going to be saved when you get money. It's and when you start healing yourself, it is like magic.
Mhm.
My mentor um, and coach Philip, early on, he asked a question. He said, "What is one word to describe how you feel, not how you think, how
Mhm.
you feel about money?"
Yeah.
And the first word that pops up is always right. I always give my clients 3 seconds, three
Hmm.
seconds, and that's it. Because after that, your brain starts kicking in. And I don't want that answer. I want the real answer. My answer was resentment.
Hmm.
And then I wondered, and then I wondered why money wasn't flowing, why I didn't
Yes.
have what I thought I should have.
Because your subconscious thought, if I have money, I'm going to resent myself, others, and that's what
Oh,
your subconscious
I
thought about.
hated
Yeah.
money.
Yeah. Yeah.
I wanted it. I was resentful of people that had it.
Yep. Yep.
But I wasn't doing, I resented having to do the things to get it, not
Yeah.
the work, but
Yep.
the marketing and it was just so beneath me. And people should just come and, know what. And then when I got it,
Hmm.
I did like my client. I would get it and I didn't feel, none of this was conscious, by the way. None of this was conscious.
It really isn't.
I didn't feel worthy of it. I didn't feel like I could handle it. So I would blow it.
Yep.
I would blow it on, a 2,000 square foot office on the water
Hmm.
that I had no business, you know.
Yep.
Oh, let's hire associates. Let's do empire building when I didn't even want it. Let's get all new furniture. Let's renovate old homes. Oh, let
Yep.
me tell you, that's a good way to blow money.
A money
Okay.
pit. Yes.
And like it was money was like a hot potato. I couldn't get rid of it fast enough. And then I'm sitting there and then we just spiral because oh, see, I'm this age, I'm an attorney and I have no money in the bank.
Yep.
I've got a
Yep.
$10,000 stove and I have nothing in savings.
No money in
See,
the bank.
I'm horrible with money. See, I am
Hmm.
reckless. See, I don't deserve it. See, and then we have and now we're just spiraling.
Yep. Yep. So I think you have an upcoming, so you're launching this new version of what you've been
Mhm.
working on. So talk about what your new upcoming workshops look like and what you're doing to help lawyers with this.
Well, it's not just lawyers, it's
It's
professionals, but
professionals. Yep.
I'm starting
Yep.
with lawyers because that's who I know.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, so the second Saturday of every month in the
Okay.
morning, 10 Central, I'm going to be having a 3-hour introductory workshop.
Mhm.
We're going to work though. This ain't no joke. This is not a CLE where you can sit there and play on Facebook and take
Mute.
notes
Yeah.
and fold your laundry. That is
Hmm.
that is not how I work. And that is not how you're going to work if you work with me. Okay. But
Hmm.
it's
Yeah.
an introductory workshop to start to show you what this work is and what it's not. It's not rah rah. It's not
Yeah.
motivational.
Yeah.
It's not Tony Robbins like woohoo. It's none of that shit. Um,
Hmm.
I shouldn't say shit, but
No, you
it's
can.
none of
It's
that.
totally fine. This is the Rebel Roundtable. You can say
Okay,
whatever you want.
none of that. So we're going to be identifying, what you think are the issues. I can tell you what you think are the issues, absolutely unequivocally are not the issues. Where in your life could use some tweaking?
Yeah.
Let's say that. Some tweaking. Okay.
Small steps to take.
Small steps. Because, if you would have asked me 10 years ago, 12 years ago, are you happy? I would have said, yeah, I'm pretty happy. Because I had been, compared to what I had been, I was.
Mhm.
And if you would have said, so what's your issues? I would have said, I need to make more money and I need to lose weight. Jen, were those my issues? Not in any way, shape, or form.
Yeah.
And it took me hitting rock bottom for me to go, okay, I'm open. My ego can take a walk. I'm open to this. So the workshops are to help get you there faster. So you don't have
Don't have
to
to hit rock
hit
bottom.
rock bottom. Okay.
Yes. Yeah.
And it's, you will learn a little bit about yourself.
Okay.
Now, this work is only as good as you are open to it, period. If
Yep.
you come in closed, And I have certainly met with plenty of people who are interested in this work, but they're like, this is just the way I am. That's just the way they are. I'm interested in this, but I don't want this part of your program. Okay, well then you're not open.
Right.
You're not ready, which is fine. I'll be here. I'm going to do this till the day I die, but you're not ready.
Mhm.
So you have to be open, but you'll get to know yourself a little bit more. You will get hopefully some clarity on one little thing. We are not changing your life in 3 hours. That's no, that's not how it works. But you'll get a little bit of clarity
Mhm.
and you'll see, okay, this is not for me,
Mhm.
which is fine. Or I will touch something and you'll be like, oh, I need this.
Yeah, I need to do more of this. Yeah.
I need to
Yeah.
do more of this.
Yeah.
And so the first one is tomorrow, and I'm doing an introductory rate just to, but
Yep.
after that, it's there's a good charge because this is good
Yeah.
work,
I mean,
and you
yeah,
got to, as you teach, if you don't believe it, they're not going to believe it,
exactly.
and you show up differently when you have paid good money
Yes.
to be there, and I show up differently. Um, so it's just to start.
Yep.
Um,
Is that information is it brilong.com? Is that your
yes.
website to find
Yeah,
it?
just
Okay, so BRL. Okay.
britalong.com.
And
Um,
I'll put that in the notes. So when everyone watches, the notes will be there with the website. So yeah.
but truly, if I don't ever try, and I mean, I think that this work is literally the most important work anyone can do in the world.
Yep.
I do,
Yep.
because it's at your core. It is what everything stems from. Everything that you have in your life that you will ever want in your life comes from your core. You get that right, and it affects everything. I've had my clients completely shift and deepen their relationship with their kids, which
Mhm.
that one, and that has happened with me. And that, if that was all I ever got out of
Yep.
this, oh, enough. It would be
Yep.
enough.
Yep.
But everybody has their issues. So if you are wanting a deeper relationship with yourself or with somebody else, or something's just not right. Maybe
Mhm.
you don't even know what it is, but this doesn't feel right.
Yep.
This is
It's
where
for you.
where we start.
Sounds
So
good.
what questions can I answer? I could talk about this. Literally, I could
I
talk
know.
about.
Well, that's why we were joking before we went live that we probably will end up doing like multiple versions of Rita and I on live stream because there's just so much information. There's so many things that people don't talk about, and it seems like it's one of those woo woo things that lawyers like the facts and logic, and I'm like, but this is very factual that you
So here's what
have
I'll say.
emotional
So I've
problems.
actually had people say, they've contacted me
Yeah.
and they're interested in doing this work, and
Mhm.
they're but this is what I hear. They have courage enough to say it to me. I feel like I shouldn't need to do this work.
Yeah.
I feel like I should be able to figure this out myself.
Mhm.
And that I say with so much love and with a hug, that's not how it works.
Yep.
That get over your ego. That is not how it works. And one of those people who I knew personally
Mhm.
waited, and he's no longer here.
Mhm.
And that makes me sad. And
Yeah. Yeah.
it, our profession does, my God, if we don't need this work, who does?
Exactly. But lawyers of all people, because there's so much, I wouldn't say wrong with our profession, but the way that the industry has come about and the way that what's expected of people and the things that are innate and what we're taught is so wrong that
Yeah.
we need this work more than anybody. So,
And it's part psychology, it's
yep.
part my experience working with clients for nearly 30 years. It's part physics, actually.
Yep.
It is part neuroscience, actually. And there is a part of spirituality in there.
Yep.
There
Yep.
is. I can't explain everything. What I do know is what works. What I do know is the experience that I have had and that my clients have had, that
Mhm.
the proof is in the pudding.
Yep, exactly. Yeah. Okay, so if we're going to wrap this up, because I try to keep these to 30 minutes, my attention span, lawyers' attention spans these days are short too. Um, we have an interesting thing on the Rebel Roundtable where I have a Spotify playlist of Rebel anthems to amp you up. And you had a really good comment that said that you actually use music to calm you down. And so I'm good with that. What's your favorite song to listen to when you're like in a great headspace or want to get in a great headspace?
Oh, it depends.
Yeah.
I meditate a lot, which is not
Okay.
something I would ever think that I would ever do or say. So I
Allowed.
meditate a lot too.
Yes.
And to me, like yoga music
Mhm,
gets
mhm.
me gets me what I call under the water line,
Yep.
where I can
Yep.
talk to my true self and
Yep.
hear my instinct, depending on the day. But even when I'm really jacked up, 20, 30 seconds in, and I can get under there. But
Yep.
if I want joy, if I'm like ready to go, on a Friday morning and I want joy, disco music.
Okay.
I mean, come
Okay.
on.
Who can not be happy and dancing around? There's just good music going
And
on.
if you have read The Body Keeps the Score by
Yep.
Dr. Bessel van der Kolk,
Mhm.
you will know that dancing really helps with trauma.
Yes.
And in fact, in the retreats that I do in Ireland and Italy, and guess what we do? It's
What
women, it's a small
routines?
group, nobody's
Yep. Yep.
watching.
Yep.
We disco dance, baby. And
That's
you know
awesome.
how much joy that generates?
Mhm. It does.
People can't help it. They cannot help but start.
To start. Yep. Yep. And it
So
changes your mind. It changes how your brain thinks about things.
it changes you internally.
Yeah.
So
Well,
that's
thank
my
you. Thank you for coming on the Rebel Roundtable this morning and telling us all about the new things that you're doing. I was really excited to hear about it. Like I said, I've been a follower for years. And so if anyone wants to reach out to Brita, it's britalong.com. Go check out our website, sign up for tomorrow's introductory session is like she said, she's offering a special for tomorrow. But if you don't catch tomorrow, second Saturday of every month, please, you will not go wrong doing this type of work. So thank you very much. We'll have you back soon and we'll have more discussions about all kinds of things. But thanks, Brita.
Thanks, Jen.
Have a great week, everybody.